Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Today we will be creating this Ankara inspired look. It's very simple and very easy to make, and I hope that you enjoy it. Keep watching and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so of course I start with a clean face, and what I will be going in to prime my face. And for primer, I am using the Pond's Oil Control Vanishing Cream, the oily to normal formula. Trust me, this thing works like, I don't know, it works like magic for very oily skin. Okay, so after that, I am going in to go ahead and fill in my brow. And I will be using the HEGAI and ESTHER brow filler in the shade Toffee. So what I'm doing now is I'm just basically going in with my spoolie brush, and I'm just going to brush up my brows and try to, arrange it just a little bit because I have some very unruly strand of hair there. So I'm gonna just dip in my brush into the product and fill first and foremost underneath my natural brow line, and then take it one step at a time. If you're new to makeup completely and you don't know how to fill your brow, in subsequent videos I will try to go in depth on how you can actually fill your brow and make it look quite flawless. But this is how I fill my brows. It's pretty much like routine, the same thing every time. And sometimes you mess it up, so it's not a big deal. If you mess it up, you can actually just, use some concealer to hide the multitude of seams. And goodness me, it was just like terrible using that very small brush. It made it so hard to see what I was doing, but I made it work. So now I'm going in with the spoolie brush to just try and blend in the product and take off any harsh line, and also see the places and the areas that I need to fill some more. And of course, what you do for one side of your face, you definitely do for the other. So I'm going in to fill the other brow. The same step. And I had my friends over in the house, so if you see me just talking or seem a little bit distracted, don't mind me. It's because I have my friends in the house, and we're just chit-chatting and gisting, and it was awkward having them watch me do my makeup. It was just extremely awkward, but I loved it. So I went ahead and just cleaned up my other brow off camera, and I'm just gonna do the other one on camera so that you can actually see how I do it. I'm gonna go in and use the spoolie again to make sure that's perfect. I think for everybody who does makeup, you'd realize that doing your brows take the longest time. I don't know, it's just so time consuming, just for you to get it right, to get it all perfect. So what I'm just doing is dipping my angled brush into concealer, and for concealer I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade FAWN. So I'm just gonna go underneath that line that I created and just try to clean it up, sharpen it up, and highlight under my brow bone and on top of my brow bone as well. And if you're a beginner, you might not want to start with the angled brush. You might actually want to just use a flat concealer brush for this one. Trust me, it makes life a whole lot easier. You'd see what I'm trying to tell you as you continue to watch. Yeah, it was perfect before. And And I just went and I over concealed it, which, that can happen sometimes. It's not a death sentence. When it happens, all you need to do is just go back with a little bit more product and fill in the areas that you over cleaned. And I messed it up, man. For real. Some days it's like that. It's like that. So what I'm doing is I'm just going in with a blending brush and I'm blending out the excess concealer on my face, trying to get it to, not to be as obvious as it was before. It was perfect. It was perfect. I had to go do something. Oh no, this is so painful to watch. But not worries and not to worry. I will fix it. I'll fix it. I will fix it. Mama Ruth to the rescue. It was perfect. Oh no. Oh no. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I think it was at this point that I realized that I had actually over cleaned my brow or over concealed, and I just went in with a little more product and just tried to fill it out. So now that I've got the desired shape, I'm just gonna go in with that blending brush and just blend a little bit more until it feels flawless. Yes, mama. Yes. Ooh, brows on fleek. Yes, mama. Alright, so now I'm going in with foundation, and for foundation today I'll be using the Revlon Color Stay in the shade Cappuccino. Ooh, I love this stuff. Trust me, if you have oily skin, this is a go-to foundation, especially because of the fact that it is actually very affordable, and it does the work of keeping you matte for a long time. So I'm just going in now with my flat foundation brush, and it's just a kabuki brush that I'm using, and I'm just going to use, if you notice, more of a stippling motion than actually a rubbing motion. And what I'm doing is just trying to make sure that the foundation stays in the skin, like it sinks into the skin. And then when I'm done with that, I can actually just go in and just brush off maybe any excess or any harsh line that I notice. Yeah, my brush fell. I'm clumsy. I am. So I'm just taking the excess product and applying that underneath my chin and probably part of my neck as well. And yes, I apply foundation over my eyelid because my eyelid is darker than the rest of my face, so I just try to make sure that I get an even skin tone there, and it will help foundation application as well. And I'm just trying to be a little bit careful so that I don't get foundation on the scarf, seeing that it has some kind of very light blue area. So now I'm going in to conceal and contour, to highlight and contour my face. And for highlights, I'll be using the Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade FAWN. This stuff is awesome. Again, another very affordable product that does the magic. So I'm applying it underneath my eyes, my cupid's bow, my chin, the bridge of my nose. I'm applying a little bit on my forehead, and I am reverse contouring, so I'll be adding a little bit under my contour line. While reverse contour, I find that it makes me have a more chiseled look, especially because I have a full face. So I'm actually just blending all that product in using my damp beauty blender. So you blend, 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 and when you are in doubt, do what? Blend again. Makeup appears flawless when you blend perfectly. That's all. Make sure it sits on the skin like, your pores are just oozing all those deliciousness. All the funny faces that we make whenever we are applying makeup is just so freaking funny. Like when you sit down and watch a video and just see how much funny faces you make when you apply makeup. And this is the reason why it takes forever to get ready, dancing, talking, watching the movie or whatever. And right now I'm going in with my Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm going to use that to set all the places that I highlighted. In other words, trying to stop the foundation, the concealer from creasing, stop the concealer from moving around, and also help me to stay matte for longer. So I'm applying it underneath my eyes, my chin, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and the reverse contour. And I noticed that my lips were drying out, so I went in with my EOS lip balm just to moisturize my lip. So now I'm going in with my sleek contour palette in the shade dark, and I'm just using an angled brush to apply that on the hollows of my cheek and a little bit on my forehead. I'm going to be contouring underneath my chin to remove my double chin. The double chin you get from eating too much food, that part. Yeah, I take care of that. Thinking of my chin. Alright, yeah, whatever. My goodness, can you imagine what my friend must have said there? Can't even remember. It must have been very funny. So now I'm going in with a smaller brush, and I'm going to use that to just contour my nose. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and also add that as my transition color on the crease of my brow, on the crease of my eyelid. And you know why I do that? Because I noticed that this sleek contour palette powder is just perfect as a transition color. It just sits well on my skin. It's perfect for my skin tone. So I go in with that most times, especially if I'm going for like a brown transition color. And as you can see, I'm not holding my brush at the beginning. I'm not holding at the middle. I'm trying to hold towards the end of the brush. That's because I want to apply light strokes so it doesn't appear too harsh. So now I'm going in with the NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Milk, and I'm just using that to prime my eyelid. And because I'm going to be using some really light colors, I'm trying to match the colors on my scarf, so it'll be more of the light blue, medium, I don't know what to call this other blue, and then more like a navy blue. So for those colors to pop, for them to have that vibrancy, I might need just this kind of white base to work with, and the NYX Jumbo pencil is just perfect for that. I'm just going in with my fingers and trying to blend it out to make it even. Oh my goodness, I dance too much and I don't even know how to dance. Alright, so now I'm going in with the first shade of blue to match the lightest blue on my scarf. And this blue, I got this from my black opal eyeshadow palette that I've had forever. I've had this for like probably over 2 years now, and it's all mushy and mushed up, but I don't want to throw it away. It's a good palette. So I'm just using a flat eyeshadow brush to apply that on the outer corner of my eyelid. And it's definitely beautiful. I wanted it to pop, so you would notice that I go in and I build on it because that's just what I wanted. You really don't have to do that if you don't want to. You know, makeup is all about your personality and the look that you're going for. So as you can see, I'm using more of a stippling motion than of a pulling motion because of it's more of a shimmery shade, and I didn't want it to just transfer everywhere. So now I am going in with this more of a matte blue, darker in shade than the first one I applied, and I got this for my Simple Pleasures eyeshadow palette that I've had for over a year now. So I'm just going to be applying that on the middle part of my eyelid using a flat foundation brush as well. Sorry, a flat eyeshadow brush. Don't mind me. Yeah, you get it mixed up sometimes. They were playing Black Beatles by Rich Raymond, and I love that song, so don't mind me dancing to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and build on that darker shade of blue in the middle of my eyelid. And I'm going to try to, drag it out just a little bit to my outer V area, just to give it a base for the more darker blue that I'll be adding to the outer corner of my eyelid. More like the outer V, if you call it that. So now I'm going in with this deep blue pencil from ZARON Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Skyline, because I don't own any eyeshadow that is that deep, that deep blue. So this just did the magic for me, just did the work for me. And makeup is all about working with what you have and making it work. So I'm applying that on the outer corner of my V, and I'm going in with my small, what do you call this brush now? I forget the words, but yeah, it's a small blending brush. And I'm just going in with the small blending brush, more of a detailer blending brush, and I'm going to use that to just blend it into my crease area, just to give it a little bit of depth, a little bit of definition, and also to make sure that the one that I applied with the pencil doesn't look that pencily, if there's any word like that. Just blend it seamlessly and it blends into the eyeshadow. So now I'm just actually, brushing off the excess setting powder from my face using a powder brush. And I dipped the powder brush in my Maybelline, Fits Me powder in the shade Mocha, if I'm not mistaken. So you brush it off, you blend it all out. And now I am going in with that Skyline pencil from ZARON Cosmetics, and I'm using that to just line my lower waterline, and also I'm smudging it out using a smudge brush. So I went off camera and I applied my falsies and my eyeliner. I just used a good old regular liquid liner. And now I'm going in with my Makeup Revolution bronzing palette, It's from the Summer of Love bronzing palette, and I'm just applying that, you know, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and of course using the fan brush I applied it on the high point of my cheek. So now I'm lining my lips with FABU brows by Jordana Cosmetics because I'm going for a kind of a nude lip. Yep. And I'm applying a lipstick by TAOS Cosmetics. It's called JOZI. It's more of a punk nude kind of lip shade, and that's what I'm applying. Yeah, it's a shame, mama. And that's the finished look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's beautiful. I love it. I was having some lighting problems, but not to worry, subsequent videos will be way better. You know, this is beautiful. I hope that you recreate this look and you follow me on Instagram at REVLON, and you subscribe to my channel, you share the videos so your friends as well can see it and like it as well, and you know, try it on.